Hi everyone, today we are going to see exist transformation, right? So first of all, we'll understand what this exist transformation is all about. The exist transformation in Azure Data Factory is used to filter rows based on whether they exist in another source or a stream. It's a similar to SQL where exist and where not exist clouds. So we will try to understand through this example where we have two source, employee source and department source. First of all, we'll see this employee source data set which is pointing to employee.csv, whereas this department source uh, pointing to department.csv, right? So we'll quickly see the data preview, how this employee source data look like. So if you see here, right, so we have total employee ID in the range of 1 to 16, and their department ID is various department ID is against for each employee ID in the range of 1 to 8, right? Now, if you see the department source data preview, so we have a department ID in the range of 1 to 6 only for department source data, whereas in employee source, as I mentioned, we have a department ID in the range of 1 to 8, right? Now, the next is we'll try to implement this exist transformation. So we'll quickly see the exist setting first of all. So output stream name should be exist. Left stream should be employee source, and right stream should be your department source, right? And again, as I mentioned, exist type, we have two exist and doesn't exist, right? So in this example, we are selecting this exist. So what this it indicate is that it will go into the employee source whose department ID is equal to department source department ID, right? So basically it will filter those employees whose department ID is common in employee source and in your department source, right? And based on that, it will select those record and displays in the output file. But what happen if we select doesn't exist, right? So this doesn't exist. Well, what it will do that it will go into the employee source. It will select only those employees uh, whose department ID is not available in this department source. So let's say here, if we see for all the employee ID in the range of 1 to 15, and if we quickly give a glance of their department ID, so all this department ID 213554166, right? Every department ID is appearing here in department source, right? Except the last one. If we see the last record, right, employee ID 16, whose department ID is 8, and this department ID doesn't exist in this department source department source data, right? So if we select this doesn't exist, so it will what it will do that it will just only select this last record, because this department ID doesn't exist in this department source, and only that particular employee ID 16 will come as a part of your output file, right? So that's the difference between your exist and doesn't exist. Now this is the sync file. In sync file, we'll quickly see the settings. So this is the data set where which will point to our output file, and the output file name should be employee exist dot CSV, right? And if we see the data preview, right? So just a moment. If we see the data preview based on this doesn't exist, and we'll refresh it. So see here, only this one particular employee ID 16 has been picked up here, right? And why it is picked? Because we have selected doesn't exist. If we select this exist, right? So see here how this output will look like. So basically, it will select all the employees whose department ID is available in department source. Yeah, so we can see here all the employees from employee 1 to 15 whose department ID is available in department source, and based on that we will get the output, right? So yeah, once you refresh here also you will get the same output which we just get. Yeah, we can see here record 1 to 15 is being displayed here, right? Uh, Now we will run the our main pipeline, right? In May, if we select this main pipeline, so we have given under setting, we have given data flow name as df exist because this is the name of our data flow, right? And once we run this pipeline, we will get our desired output, right? Just for so I have already run this pipeline before this recording, so I will quickly show you uh, how this data will appear in the output file. So we'll quickly go to our output location, and if we can see here, then out of 16 record only till 15 employee IDs being picked here in the output file. Yeah. So that's all about exist. Thank you.